Hey everyone, Alex Keeson here with you today. And once again, today is Sunday, December 6th. So today, what are we are discussing? Today, the topic of the conversation is attributes of a successful leader, and we are going to discuss communication. Why would you think the communication is important for a successful leader? Well, I think that the answer is pretty obvious, right? That's where everything starts. Without communication, whether it's a verbal, whether it's written communication, digital communication, it doesn't matter. For a leader, for a business person, for someone that aspires to be a leader, maybe you're really not sure what that means yet, but you want to get better. Maybe you want to become a better communication person, speaker, presenter, just in general, a better leader for your team, for your followers, for your business partners. Um, that's communication. That's where it starts. And a quick disclaimer before I get into the content, as I always do and as I always discuss before my modules, as a reminder for everyone. If you like to see the results of what you learn, if you like to see the results of the time that you invest watching the modules, and spending 10 to 15 sometimes longer minutes watching the videos, and then also investing additional time by going to the website and getting those key takeaways that we are discussing in the modules. If you like to see the results of your invested time, which you will not be able to get back, you might as well put it into practice, what you learn. Try it daily. Don't give up on it. If you don't see the immediate results, that's normal. That's okay. Continue working on it. Continue building up what you learn. And this is not just referring to my modules. This is anything really that you learn, whether it's watching these modules, anything you watch on the any educational materials you watch on YouTube, or maybe books that you read. If you don't apply information, you probably shouldn't be expecting to see the results of that. So apply and learn what you learn every single day. So let's start with a quote that I found by John Rohn, and that the quote is talking about communication. I thought it was very powerful. So the quote says, "Take advantage of every opportunity to practice your communication skills. So when the important occasions arise, you will have the gift, the style, the sharpness, clarity, and the emotions to affect other people." I thought it was a very powerful quote when I was looking for one for when we're talking about communication. I think this quote summarized everything that I want to discuss and that I want to bring to your attention with regards to the communication as an important attribute of a successful leader, and why that is important to you. Because what it's talking about here is exactly what I just discussed in my reminder to you regarding practicing what you learn every single day. You've got to take advantage of every opportunity that you have, not just today, not just tomorrow, but every opportunity that you have, every free time that you have to practice your skill. And communication is one very important skill. If you feel like you're not an effective communicator right now, this can't be learned. You just have to practice it every single day. Practice what you learn. Practice what you read about. And that's what Jim is referring to in his quote is take advantage of every single opportunity. Because when the time comes, you want to be prepared. You want to have the clarity, you want to have the style, you want to have the sharpness when it comes to the communication. So practice is the key. And the definition of the communication is very basic, right? What communication is? It's simply a means of connection between people or processes in particular. So it's what connects people. It's what drives your message to your followers, to people that work with you, to your business colleagues and partners. That's really where the communication comes into play. And the question you may ask yourself is, because I know I've asked myself that question when I was just getting into the communication, is why having a strong communication skills may be important for an effective and successful leader. I think the answer is very simple and very basic, but yet very important and powerful. It is a means of delivering that information to others. Information that you have, the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, the drive that you have, Without communication, you how else would you deliver that information to your followers, to the people that follow you as a leader, um, the people that work for you or with you? Communication, that's where it starts. And really, that through communication, it's one of the very important avenues of how you inspire others as well. Because if you're an effective communicator, if you confident communicator, and if you educated communicator, because let's face it, there are we've all seen speakers that when they get on the stage, they may not be, maybe they didn't practice enough. Maybe they didn't review the information they're going to present. And we all asking ourselves, what are you doing on the stage? Why didn't you practice your skill before you get in front of the people to speak? So confidence and having that charisma, as we've discussed previously, and having that knowledge and the skill and sharpness when you're communicating with others, that's really what's going to inspire others to learn more about you, to learn from you, and to follow you with whatever that may be, whether it's learning how to become a better leader, whether it's practicing some other different skill. So that's where really everything starts. And the other important reason why effective communication, strong communication is important is you're sounding professional, and you're displaying professionalism through verbal and written communication alike. So it's not just verbal communication that's important for your followers. Uh, it's also the written communication. So if you may be really good presenter, you may be a really good speaker, but if you can't convey your message in writing, whether it's through letters, through email, through chat, through blog, you're losing that confidence. You're losing that I guess credibility. You can say with others that you might have established through your verbal communication skills. So both of those skills, both of the communication skills, written and verbal, are equally important. And the other reason is, be the subject matter expert in the field of communication. Because communication, where everything starts, where your leadership starts with communication, that's what people want and that's what people need to learn about. If they're the ones that maybe they're lacking skill and confidence in the area of communication. Maybe I've known a lot of people that are simply afraid to speak in public. People that are afraid to speak in front of large groups of people, and whether it goes from very different audience sizes, anywhere from group of 5 to a group of 305. I've known a lot of people that are simply afraid, and it's not because you don't know what you're going to discuss and the information you're going to deliver, and simply maybe not practicing enough. Maybe it's not kind of putting that lack of confidence and putting that lack of, or maybe you're scared to be in front of people. Maybe there's a stage fright, and all that could be overcome by simply practicing your skill, getting in front of, maybe putting yourself, standing in front of the mirror and practicing your communication. Get a group of people that you can present to, the people that you trust and people that maybe your friends or your family. Present to them first. Get the feedback. Because especially from people that know you, your friends, they will share the feedback. That will be very critical in you kind of adjusting your communication, adjusting your presentation skills. And this is also another way to really overcome that stage fright, getting in front of large groups of people. We've all been there. I've been there. I remember when I was just getting into a field of leadership and working and leading groups of people. That was something that I was absolutely nervous about, is really getting in front of the groups of people. That whole public speaking classes that I had to take in college, and getting in front of groups of people that I didn't know and presenting a particular project and topic that you researched. It is challenging, but it's challenging at the beginning and challenging only if you stop practicing your skill. If you keep going, if you continue practicing your skill and getting in front of the people, and presenting information, getting the feedback, apply the feedback that you learn, and that is being shared with you, then sky is the limit. I think it's easy to overcome that, but it does come with practice. It's not going to happen overnight. And can the skill of effective communication be learned? Yes, it can be. And that's kind of what I was just referring to. It absolutely can be learned. So if you feel like you're not really good at communicating right now, whether it's verbal or maybe you're lacking written communication skills, writing those professional looking emails that convey the same message that you would convey it, otherwise verbally. If you're lacking that, that's okay. You can still get there. You can still learn on how to effectively communicate better, and find information that will help you to overcome those obstacles of ineffective communication. There's a ton of materials. There's a ton of research. There's a ton of articles you can read about communication, videos that you can watch about more of how to become a more effective communicator, how to establish confidence and build up a confidence in your presentation skills. There's a lot of literature and books about effective communication, which you can absolutely get access to, and there's a ton of resources, and there's a lot of groups that you can get in front of, whether it's at your workplace, whether it's your business, whether it's again, like I mentioned before, in front of your friends and colleagues that you trust. You can get in front of them and start practicing your communication skills. If you will continue to be afraid of doing that, and if you're going to procrastinate and kind of getting in front of people and putting your fear behind, then yes, it will continue to be difficult for you. But it can be learned. It can be over the uncomfortable feeling, and that fear of public speaking can be overcome with practice. So there's a ton of material. There's a ton of resources. Just look for it. Look for the resources. Overcome that fear. Go get in there. Jump in and ask for feedback. Present to people. Select a topic that you're really passionate about. Like I'm passionate about leadership. Now I can talk about leadership all day, every day, and I love talking about leadership because that's what I'm truly passionate about. So pick the topic that you're passionate about. If that's leadership, awesome, great. Go talk about leadership. If it's something else, pick another topic and present that, and ask for feedback, because that's really that's really the only way you'll know exactly what you need to tweak and how you need to adjust your communication skills and presentation skills. So yes, it can be learned. So if you feel like you're not there yet right now, that's fine. That's okay. You can get there. Just remember, practice, practice, and practice. And put your fear aside, because that's not going to help you. So 3 takeaways from this module with regards to communication. First one, every leader should have great verbal and written communication skills in order to convey the message to their audience. Second, communication skills can be learned and perfected with a lot of practice and personal dedication, a lot of hard work. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen over 2 or 3 nights. It may take a while for you to get there, but if you practice, you will get there eventually. And if you ask for feedback, if you work on overcoming your fear, and if you study, if you become a subject matter expert of what you are going to discuss, what are you going to present on, if you become a subject matter expert, it's going to be much, much easier for you to present the information and engage your audience and follow you. If you didn't take time to study and become a subject matter expert on what you're going to present, if you didn't take time to practice your verbal written communication skills, then you shouldn't be really expecting to all of a sudden become really good at it or good at it if you don't practice. So practice is the key. And the third takeaway is be patient and work hard daily to improve your communication skills. Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to require a lot of personal dedication, a lot of work. So don't give up on your efforts. If you're unsuccessful, maybe you did your first presentation and you totally, maybe it was not what you intended to do. Maybe you got a very negative feedback from someone in the audience, or maybe even your friends share the feedback and things that you need to do better. Take that feedback. Don't give up on your efforts, and try again and again and again until you perfect it, until you overcome that fear, and until you develop that confidence in your presentation and be a subject matter expert in whatever topic that you may be discussing and presenting on. So next, in the next module, which is going to be about a week from today, we are discussing another attribute of a successful leader, and that is competence. Competence for a leader is very important. Just like any attribute of attributes of successful leader that we've discussed previously. But competence, that's what drives the confidence of you leaders in you as a leader. So stay tuned. I definitely look forward to seeing you again about a week from today. I will be sharing the module notes on the heartandmindofaleader.com blog, as well as the key takeaways that I shared with you in the video. So please, if you hadn't had opportunity to actually take down those during the video and you'd like to get those key takeaways, please visit the blog. I will be including those notes either today or at the latest. They should be there by the end of the day tomorrow, which is Monday. Otherwise, please welcome to your any feedback that you have for me. Please share that as always. Whether you have several means of communicating with me now, whether you can go through heartandmindofaleader.com blog, which I definitely encourage you to do so. Ask question there. You can sign up for our newsletter and you receive updated content every week. Be the first one to know what's coming up. You can also communicate with me through social media, whether it's through Facebook, heartandmindofaleader.com Facebook group. And you also can communicate through Twitter, Google Plus. There's many different avenues. So please share your feedback. Definitely look forward to hear more from you, and implement and share any questions or suggestions that you may have. I know there's a ton of questions you may have as someone who looks to develop themselves and with a focus on personal development. So any of those questions that you have, please share them with me. If there's a particular topic that you would like for me to discuss in the next module, let me know, and I will do my best to discuss that with you, and as long as that helps you to keep driving and become a better leader. Other than that, that's pretty much it for today. Again, my name is Alex Keeson, and today we're discussing a very important attribute of a successful leader, and that was communication. I will be including also sometime this week. My plan is to also add another podcast to the heartandmindofaleader.com blog regarding team building. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Lastly, I want to mention something that I've recently developed and added to the heartandmindofaleader.com website, and that is resources page. So check it out. I've added some very useful tools that I personally use when I was building my websites, and when I'm still building my websites. There's a lot of great picture software that you can use. So if you're new to website building, if you're going to start your business online, then check out the resources page, because I've shared a lot of good tools there. Other than that, I look forward to speaking with you soon. Once again, this was Alex Keeson. You have a wonderful night. Take care.